Hey all, hey y'all. My name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips, and you are tuned in to Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment. I am the biblically prophesied Messiah, the Jewish culture widely awaited Mashiach, the Hindu culture prophesied Galki. Full circle on, alert, alert. So are you. Why, Ashley? Thank you for asking this question. What I have in me, you have in you. What you have in you, I have in me. We are actually one. We are one energy manifested as plural or many, having a human experience in order to assist with the growth and evolution of all things. Within Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, we do Powwow sessions over here, y'all. I also have a podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, which is available to stream for free on YouTube and Spotify. Linked below in the description of this video, you'll find the links to the podcast. We're actually going to roll in, take part in one of the podcasts today in this installment. It's part of this Powwow session within Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I also channel prophecy over there, healing wisdoms, energies from my soul space. I use my shaman mama capabilities, my multidimensionality, my psychic abilities, my extrasensory perception, my soul gifts to channel wisdoms, divine remembrances, healing, uplifting energies from my soul space of the oneness of all things, to assist as we awaken in the masses to the remembrance that we are one with all things. Do not replace your professional medical advice with anything you experience or hear within Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment or any of my content, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, my music, or anything else. I'm glad you found the channel Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment. Subscribe, like, comment to help proliferate the Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment journey to a healed and balanced human culture, planet Earth. Oh, y'all, this is going to be a lengthy installment you've already seen because you saw the timing most likely before you clicked on it. You might most likely notice how long the video is. This is great stuff, y'all. This is great existential wisdoms of our existential nature, where we've been as humans, or the cycles and patterns we've elevated from or transcended out of. Divinely aligned, universally aligned patterns, universal co-creation patterns. So we're going to go through some of the energies and dynamics that we've transcended out of, simultaneously transcending. It's already done energetically. We live in a sequential reality, a tangible reality, a reality of form, shape, dimensionality, or finite with the illusion of infinite. Or infinite with the illusion of finite is the type of a reality we live in. So we get to live sequentially, within our reality. So it takes time for a lot of these dynamics to play out in our story called reality life, being a human being on planet Earth within galactic creation, the cosmos of divine creation, infinite creation, most commonly termed God, Allah, Prime Source, Hashem, Shekinah, the Most High, within our realm of creation. So the title of this installment was not going to fit in what the characters that we get within YouTube. So I'm going to post right here at the bottom the title of this installment, because there's so many powerful energetic codes in the title. The way that I channeled it when I put this installment in my calendar, the way I channeled it through my inner space. There's so much wisdom in just this title, but it wasn't going to fit in what YouTube, the characters we get for YouTube publishing. So the title of this installment, Oneness Connection Powwow Session, Earth Dwellers, Circle of Divine Creation or Life, Earth's connection to all things, mirror to our existence, humanity's existence. Baby, that we could close out the installment right there. There's so many powerful divine light codes of remembrance for the DNA, soul, mind, body, soul, and spirit to activate into remembrance. Just hearing that, reading that, seeing these words: Oneness Connection Powwow Session, Earth Dwellers, Circles of Divine Creation or Life, Earth's connection to all things, mirror to our existence, humanity's existence. We are all things. Quantum manifesting or soul level manifesting. Quantum manifesting or soul level manifesting, quantum manifesting or soul level manifesting. We are one with all things, just as Earth is connected to all things. We are Earth dwellers. Earth dwellers, no longer surface creatures, or no longer just skating by on our existence, by not diving in our inner spaces to understand ourselves in the masses in the masses as a community, a human community, all of us going within to remember our existential nature, to contribute to this reality, humanism, this planetary ecosystem, what we intended to contribute on a soul level before we incarnated, or quantum manifesting or soul level manifesting. Which brings me to the call to action. Sit with yourself every day for at least 2 hours a day. Every day, ask yourself, hey, so, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness of my limitless potentials, greater embodiment of my limitless potentials? Wait for the answers because they will come. Ashley, how do we soul level manifest? How do we quantum manifest? By allowing, by being inquisitive about your existence, our existence, the oneness of all things. Remembering principle of correspondence, as below, so above. You are a microcosm of the macrocosm that is the oneness of all things. You are all things. Being inquisitive about yourself. Again, call to action. Sit with yourself for at least 2 hours a day, an hour in the morning, hour at night, however you want to do it. Ask yourself, hey soul, hey self, and what is it that I need to know in this moment to come into greater conscious awareness of my limitless potentials? Wait for the answers because they will come. I channeled within the Kingdom Things podcast installment. We go over this darn near every transmission I have. I channeled this within the Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips installment titled Frequential Patterning Part 1 plus the Rapture. The Rapture is truly us awakening to the fact that we are divine potentials, that we are limitless potentials from our inner space to activate our souls into greater DNA activation, genome activation efficiency, spiritual awakening, to be the divine presence that we intended to be, or the limitless nature, to what manifests on a soul level or quantumly shift reality as we intended to do as divine beings, as infinite potentials before we incarnated. This is the Rapture. Kingdom Things podcast, Frequential Patterning Part 1 plus the Rapture is linked below in the reference content below in the description box of this Oneness Connection Powwow session transmission. Wait for the answers because they will come. Frequential Patterning Part 1 states that there are infinite dimensions, paradigms, and reality creation to perceive, infinite creation to perceive. And there are an infinite number of ways to perceive, the infinite number of paradigms and dimensions of infinite creation to perceive. What does that mean, Ashley? That means the way your lingo with the universe, or the oneness of all things, or yourself, is most likely unique to you. Synesthesia, baby. I smell this, but I also, baby, I smell something, but I also see it in my mind's eye. Synesthesia. You probably sense stuff that doesn't truly have a definition to it, like clairaudience or clairsentience or the clairsenses. Even if how you perceive reality or how your lingo with the universe is unique to you, validate yourself in your knowings and your remembrance that you feel through your heart space. And whatever help you feel to get, don't be afraid to do this. And again, don't replace your professional medical advice with anything you experience within Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment or any of my content. Wait for the answers because they will come as you journey your reality or yourself with an inquisitive disposition. You see something in your reality. Oh, shoot, I know. Principle of correspondence, as below, so above. Everything in my reality is a mirror of myself. So what is this supposed to teach me about myself? Wait for the answers because they will come. Revel in the wisdoms. Be grateful for the wisdoms, meaning be grateful for the wisdoms. Because as you remember, you're activating your DNA, you're uplifting your vibration, your frequential patterning that you are, the energy that you are, to in turn emit a frequency that's more in alignment with your authentic vibration or your limitless potential or your God soul self, your goddess soul self, to manifest or attract, reflect and refract, co-create, quantumly shift, or quantumly manifest a reality that mirrors more of your universally aligned, limitless potential, goddess potentials. How do we quantumly manifest or how do we quantumly manifest or shapeshift reality, soul level manifest? By being inquisitive about who you are. From your internal, the fibers of you, the strings of you, the atoms of you, the molecules of you. The atoms, strings, molecules, energy that you are wisdoms. Coated with wisdoms are wisdoms. Ask the questions because you will get the answers about who you are. we're going to go ahead and shift into the Kingdom Things Podcast 2033 Prophecy. I channeled a prophecy within by the year 2033, we will be a human culture. I channeled this prophecy within Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Again, available to stream for free on YouTube and Spotify. I channeled by the year 2033, we will be in the energies as human beings with the symbiotic energies of our symbiotic nature we will be in energies as humans. And as humans, we have a symbiotic nature with planet Earth, or our realm of existence, our dimensions of existence, are the energies that are our existence. By the way, I channeled within Kingdom Things Podcast. I do not remember the installment because it was an audio clip, but I'll just mention the wisdom here. I channeled from my soul space. My soul's like, the planet that you're on, you perceive it as a planet, but it's really a realm or just energy. And we know this is where our science is. Our brains, our synapses, and our belief systems shape the way we perceive reality. My soul's like, hey, Ashley, your realm is your realm, your planet Earth is just a realm. It's energy, energetic embodiments, codements, all the things. Your brain, the way you perceive reality and interact with yourself and reality, the tangible is what manifests or gives your realm, the energetic embodiment that is your realm form. Simultaneously, we are the same way. However we think about ourselves, the thought patterns we hold, the energies we focus on is what shapes our existence. Simultaneously, the realm, the energies that are our realm, our planet Earth, and our existence, the embodiments, the soul energy that we are, the divine presence that we are, is a symbiotic relationship, culture, ecosystem with the planet. The divine says we'll be in the consciousness expansion or soul awakening, genome activation, DNA activation, energetic frequential patternings or higher vibrational frequencies to perceive that we've always been the creators of this reality, co-creators of this reality through the way we show up, through the way we believe, through who we believe we are, who we feed our mind, body, soul, spirits, the words and energies in which we feed our mind, body, soul, spirits that shape who we believe we are and how we present in this world, in this realm, on this planet. The divine says that by 2033, we will be a human culture, planet Earth, with no death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. As death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking was all a part of the makings of us. Where the divine channels to myself our gestational phase, where we were in a cocoon. We were in a cocoon, preparing like a caterpillar and a chrysalis, preparing to spread our wings and fly, or preparing to remember that we are limitless potentials. Realize the biblically prophesied divine human, God in the physical, limitless potentials with the illusion of finite, having a human experience. The divine wants to see, what do we create? This is actually the human dharmic purpose. The divine wants to see, what do we create? We're remembering we're limitless potentials. We're the spectrum of oneness. Left, right, hot, cold, yin, yang. What do we create? What are the thought patterns that we feed and manifest? And how do we affect the oneness of all things with activating to not only the remembrance, but the embodiment of the remembrance, or the activation of our mind, body, soul, spirit, DNA, genome, and to heighten efficiency or divine presence, the remembrance, ability, and fulfillment of shifting the way we show up in reality, and shifting and shaping reality to manifest a reality and a self that's more in alignment and more of a mirror to our existential wisdoms that we're awakening to from our inner space, that we're sharing with the world to assist with the evolution of all things. I actually channeled a song. It's called, I'm also a singer-songwriter. My music, Ashley-Nicole Music, is available to stream on YouTube, link below. I heal in my inner space, paradigms of humanism and beyond, to assist with uplifting and expanding the human consciousness. As you rise, I rise, all of humanity rises. As I rise, you rise, all of humanity rises. As your neighbor rises, you rise, I rise, all of humanity rises. Into more conscious awareness and embodiment of our limitless potentials, our wellness and balance, as universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things, and so shall it be. Amen. Shalom. Namaste. Bismillah. Inshallah. Mashallah. Shalom. Amen. Ashe. I probably said a few of those a couple times. It is okay. I channeled the song. It's on which album is it on? It's called North Star Part 2. I'll link it below. North Star Part 2. I can't remember which album it's on. I feel like it's on the RAPTURE, the album. Anyway, if you go to Ashley-Nicole Music on YouTube, subscribe, and under the playlist section, you'll see the album. I'll link the song below. North Star Part 2, I channeled it. I channel all my music, my lyrics from my inner space. It's how my soul grows and shapes me. One of the many ways my soul grows and shapes me. Because what the thoughts we feed ourselves, the energies we feed ourselves, the thought paradigms we practice, study, and focus our attention on is how we shape ourselves to show up in reality, or we evolve ourselves. So I use my music for my soul to teach me and grow me and water me with healing energies from the oneness of all things into more of my limitless potentials, or who I was created to be in my divine purpose, or why I came into creation, infinite creation. The divine says whenever creation needs something to continue to grow and evolve, it naturally produces it. You are a fruit from the tree of life's natural disposition to continue to grow and evolve. I am a fruit from the tree of life's natural disposition to continue to grow and evolve. So I channel music to water me, grow me, stretch me, evolve me, blossom me, bloom me into more of who I was created to be in the divine, and is intended to do the same for all of humanity. I set this intention with my music, like, hey, let it whoever experiences my music, let them experience what they need to for soul food, soul medicine, soul activation, DNA activation, into more conscious awareness of their limitless potential, of our limitless potentials. As universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things, do not replace your professional medical advice with any of my music either. North Star Part 2. Let me sing a little bit. It's really prophetic and beautiful. It's like literally the instruction manual of why we came into creation. It's really beautiful. Bright light, one of many, one of plenty, infinite. Let go of the anger. Every face is the anchor to the remembrance of your divinity. North Star. That's who you are. That's who you are, North Star. That's who you are. Hey, that's who you are. That's who you are, North Star. Got used to the dark in the cocoon. Forgot I was in the cocoon. Infinite sentient energies in gestation to bring form to infinite nation, called galactic creation. We're awakening to our limitless potentials. The death, disease, war, famine, poverty, suffering, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking, and every other suffering we experience as a human being in our gestational phase. It was to assist us in remembering us, or shaping us, forming us through our divine presence. We are infinite sentient energies. We will forever be in gestation. We're coming out of a phase of our gestation. Why? Because reality is cycles, perpetual cycles. We're coming out of this gestation, death, disease, war, famine, poverty, suffering, pedophilia, human trafficking, sex trafficking. We're coming out of this gestational phase, right? And we're going and evolving into our dharmic purpose, remembrance of our limitless potentials in the physical, tangible. So limitless potentials with the illusion of finite, with no death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking, understanding that this will also be a gestational phase as well. Why, Ashley? Because we're always in perpetual cycles of growth and evolution, only and always. Infinite sentient energies in gestation to bring form to infinite nation, called galactic creation. We are infinite sentient energies in gestation to bring form to infinite nations. We call these infinite nations galactic creation. Human beings of planet Earth, we are infinite dimensions of the infinite dimensions of galactic creation. Galactic creation is a dimension of infinite potentials, or divine creation, or Hashem Shekinah, the Most High, Prime Source, God, Allah. I'm gonna link below in the description of this video under the reference Kingdom Things podcast content. Humans ashamed of being human plus human plus galactic creation. That in there, I was able to share, like, first off, we have to get over, we have to accept who we are, every dimension of us, garner the wisdoms, and allow for evolution into greater conscious awareness of our co-creation, citizenship of galactic creation. Galactic creation being only a dimension, an iota of infinite creation, divine creation. We most commonly call infinite creation, divine creation, God, or the oneness of all things. Humans ashamed of being human plus the galactic creation is linked below. It's the Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole podcast. Link below in the description of this Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment transmission. We are infinite sentient energies in gestation to bring form to infinite nations. Human beings of planet Earth, we are one of the infinite nations. Simultaneously, our infinite nation called being a human being of planet Earth is infinite dimensions as well. So beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. And again, I channel all of this information through my inner space and my soul, or the oneness of all things, or the universes, through my shamanistic abilities, soul gifts, connection to the oneness of all things, intimacy with myself, the intimacy I have with myself, or the oneness of all things. All right, y'all, let's breathe, take a beat. So, the cycles we have transcended are as well as transcending. Piscean age cycles, where we had a ruling class over the majority. A tyrannical ruling class over the majority, in the way that the ruling class set up the system, organized the system, manifested the system, to create destitution within the population of the majority, and wealth, tangible wealth, and the remembrance of the ability to co-create reality within the ruling class. This is, again, Piscean age cycles we have transcended, are transcending. Why? It's already done in the spirit, but what? We're in a tangible reality, so things happen sequentially. We tell a story through the way we live our lives sequentially. And the divine's like, hey, Ashley, as depressing it is, for one, y'all all co-created this together. Because what? As below, so above. Everything in our reality is only a manifestation of the energies that we are. For two, we manifested within this plane called being a human being of planet Earth, because our energetic frequencies and codes matched what was going on here. So our codes is our cocoons, a rectification. The energies we came here to grow and evolve into something else were energies that created the death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking. Those were part of our energetic coding makeup. And when we got here together, when we manifested in this plane called being a human being of planet Earth, these are the things we manifested, because this is what our energetic makeup was. And the way we've lived our lives allows for the way we lived and live our lives allows for the evolution of our energetic coding or makeup to grow and evolve existence. Again, it's already done in spirit. We're now, myself and many other beings, many other humans and beings are channeling wisdoms to our community called being a human being of planet Earth, to have the resources, the remembrance, and words, incantations, to be able to supplement and assist us as resources, tools, as we're going through major shifts in our inner space and our existence. And we need and would like the resources and tools such as Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, as well as Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, we're able to, use those soul gifts to channel those tools here. The resources here. As far as what's going on, it's already done in the spirit. And it's trickling in, manifesting in the physical, tangible. Myself and many other beings, people, get to channel what's happening in the spirit or in our energy to give us foresight, remembrance, resources as we grow and evolve rapidly into the divine human or the biblically prophesied second human. I didn't say it, but this is the second coming of Christ. This is the Mayan Hopi prophesied fifth world. This is the Mayan, ancient Mayan end of the world prophecy. It was really a new beginning prophecy. This is biblically prophesied perfect human, God in the physical being fulfilled. Humanity, we are awakening to our divine presence or higher vibrational wisdoms in which we've always been. We manifested our high vibrational wisdoms and infinite sentient energies within this realm. We were magnetized to this realm to shape our energies into something else. Now, when our high vibrational limitless potentials manifested in this realm, it said death, disease, war, famine, poverty, destitution, lack, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking. We are a mirror of the divine, or higher vibrational realms, or other dimensions of ourselves. Or we know it as the pleroma. Gnostic Christianity calls it the pleroma. Hinduism calls it Brahman. Judaism calls it Shekinah. White light creator, the most high white light creator energy. We are a mirror manifestation of the most high white light creator energy. Slow down. So the most high, the white light creator energy, or the pleroma, or Shekinah, or Brahman, can see itself in more vibrancy, more dimensions, and more form, to learn itself, to grow itself, evolve itself into more. So we magnetize here to have this beautiful experience called being human beings of planet Earth within a galactic creation, to assist with the growth and regeneration and upliftment of all of divine creation. Let that breathe. This is the second coming of Christ. This is Christ within. Oneness consciousness. Oh, Rabbi Yeshua was coming back. Jesus Christ, he's manifesting on the plane. He's a 6D being, 60 and above, 6-dimensional and above being. He can come and go as he pleases in the tangible, presenting the tangible. I channel him often. Other beings, you could have a deep conversation with him if you dropped into your heart space right now. We are one. Second coming of Christ is the activation of Christ consciousness, or the remembrance of our oneness with all things, the practicing, mastering, and evolution into embodying the remembrance of our oneness with all things. Rabbi Yeshua is also appearing in the flesh, or in dimensionality, in which we can perceive with our eyes and our ears and our nose. I wonder if he wears cologne. It's a joke. Let's see. So 60 and above, Rabbi Yeshua is a 60 above being. This is the second coming of Christ. Mayan Hopi, fifth world, ancient Mayan calendar, new world, Hinduism, Yuga, turn of the Yuga. And I channel from my inner space. Hey, Ashley, all the Yugas are happening right now at once. You get to raise your vibration or shift your vibration to experience whatever yuga you want to experience. You raise your vibration to experience the limitless yuga, the divine yuga, the golden age yuga, the spiritually enlightened yuga, the wellness balance yuga. You just raise your vibration from your inner space, being inquisitive about yourself, guarding the wisdom from what you experience, practicing the wisdoms, allowing yourself to embody the wisdoms by relaxing into love, or understanding that we don't have to know everything. We just allow our souls to feed us what we need to know in the moment to grow and evolve into more conscious awareness of our limitless potentials. So we're evolving out of the Piscean age, the ruling class hierarchical system where the majority is suffering and the higher class has a tangible wealth, and the remembrance of our divine origins, our ability to co-create reality, which is intrinsically our right, and that's where our value comes in. We exist. So if we exist, that means we're co-creators of reality, and which means we're worthy to be and become and experience whatever it is we see fit to become and experience on a soul level. Let's set our intentions to be universally aligned, universally assigned, in order to be an uplifting and regenerating force for all things, and so it shall be. Ashe. Amen. Shalom. Inshallah. Bismillah. Mashallah. Namaste. So this is the hierarchy ruling class that manifested through our energy. It wasn't one person stomping on our necks. It's something we co-created to mirror our limitless wisdoms in a reality or realm called being a human being on planet Earth, with the illusion of finite to perceive ourselves in greater dimensionalities, more dimensions, greater, deeper forms and shapes, to grow and evolve our energy into something else. Now we're becoming consciously aware, oh, I'm limitless potential, I'm divine presence. I'm awake, or I'm awakening, I'm spiritually activating. I get to be consciously, I get to consciously explore myself, or my divine presence, which is my existence, to grow and evolve myself and my reality into more of who I intended to be and contribute to reality on a soul level. I.e. no death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. No human trafficking. We co-created this prophecy. Humanity, galactic creation, divine creation. We co-created this prophecy. Why? Because whenever creation needs something to continue to grow and evolve, it naturally produces it. A human being on planet Earth with no death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking was needed. So we created it, and we are. And again, by the year 2033, we'll have a conscious awareness and perception. Oh, yeah. This is what we are. This is who we are. This is what we've created. Which brings us to, let's go into the cycles that we're growing into. We've growing into what it's already done energetically, in the pleroma, in the energies of Shekinah, in the most high prime source realms of limitless potentials, without the paradigms of time and space and dimensionality. It's already done in the ethers. And it's manifesting in our physical reality. Human beings, angelic beings, divine beings, the perfect human as biblically prophesied, oneness, consciousness, mastered beings. Or the remembrance, the embodiment that we are one with all things. We are truly one with the quantum field, so shall we allow ourselves to be. Quantum field being the oneness of all things, or our reality, which has a symbiotic relationship with our existence. The energies of our reality has a symbiotic relationship with our existence. So shall we allow it. How do we allow it, Ashley? By becoming more consciously aware that we are limitless, that we are one with all things. Being inquisitive about how we journey our lives or ourselves. To be the wisdoms, embody the wisdoms. Relax into love. Forgiving ourselves. To activate. To allow our DNA to activate, to allow our genome to activate. I channel from our soul space, the oneness of all things. We are set, the template set for us to activate into a 44% DNA activity beings of galactic creation of planet Earth. 44% of divine creation, infinite creation, 44% DNA active being, which is equivalent, it's equal to us being coherent. It is a cause as well as an effect of us being coherent with the oneness of all things, or the quantum field. Practicing the wisdoms, doing the shadow work, or facing ourselves on the inside to drop the density or forgive ourselves of our past, or the energies that we're holding on to that we no longer need. To allow our DNA to activate, our spirit to awaken, our genome to activate, for us to be consciously aware of our coherence with the oneness of all things. Because what is, my soul said, hey, Ashley, what is what is. It's our perception of what is and which changes. We've always been one with all things. The quantum field, all the things. Our perception is what changes. We are set to activate. We're activating consciously into 44% DNA activity beings of galactic creation, planet Earth, divine creation, infinite creation. I'm going to link below. I'm going to link below within the reference content 2 Kingdom Things podcast installments. The first one is called Relax Into Love. And then the second installment is called Seeing Our Shadows. It's beautiful channel wisdoms, mouth spasm, beautiful channel wisdoms, delving into just this thing, how to become consciously coherent with the quantum field of the oneness of all things, or our limitless nature, to show up in reality as more abundance, wellness, balance, to assist with co-creating a reality that is more wellness, balance, abundance, to assist with regenerating and uplifting all of galactic creation, all of infinite creation. Relaxing to Love, as well as Seeing Our Shadows, Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Installments are linked below in the description of this video. Oh, y'all, we're getting through this. We're actually now going to go ahead and roll into, so yeah, I'm not going to skip over that. 44% DNA active divine beings. What does this look like, Ashley? We're already experiencing it. We're coming online to our extrasensory perception, which is equivalent to our multidimensionality, a dimension of our dimensions of our multidimensionality, or our oneness with all things, in many dimensions in which we couldn't perceive in the past, but our sciences know they exist. We call the studies quantum mechanics, quantum physics. ESP coming online, extrasensory perception, our multidimensionality, our spiritual gifts, our mediumship abilities, or our abilities to connect with spaces, realms, places beyond what our touch, taste, sight, smell, hearing can perceive, which is one with our extrasensory perception, multidimensionality, and spiritual gifts. 44% DNA active beings. I'm going to link below Kingdom Things podcast. The installment is titled Upgrades. I channeled about teleporting, things such as teleporting, levitating, or defying the laws of physics as we know them, using with allowing our connection, that is the oneness of all things, with the quantum field, to defy the laws of physics as we know them, telekinesis, our multidimensionality, our spiritual gifts, ESP, extrasensory perception. Those are dimensions. These faculties that we're aware of, we experience. I'm using them right now in this installment, in all my content. I'm channeling. I'm connecting to divine realms beyond my current conscious awareness reality. I'm using my multidimensionality to bring in wisdoms and healing energies, healing forces in this transmission. This is divine physics as we know it. Quantum, divine physics as we know it. I'm going to link Upgrades below. It's the Kingdom Things podcast installment, which delves into telekinesis, teleporting. Teleporting is a symbiotic creation, utilizing our mastery with the oneness of all things, our soul wisdoms, our DNA activation, the allowance of our mind, body, soul, and spirit, the agreement between our mind, body, soul, and spirit to allow for us to travel our bodies through our consciousness. Whenever you succeed at doing this, it's because it's divinely aligned, universally aligned. I was excited about this, and universe was like, hey, Ashley, the oneness of all things says like 100 to 500 years in the masses, we'll be able to do this and know how to do it. And it'll be mundane. It'll be normal for us. Spirit, the ancestral force is like, hey, Ashley, slow down. No rush, no rush, no rush. Teleporting is an agreement between mind, body, soul, and spirit. Understanding that we are an infinite energy. Even if me sitting in this room by myself, I'm not alone. I'm not by myself. I have infinite forces in which I'm one with, infinite sentient energies in which I'm one with. Wherever you are tandem, one with infinite sentient forces in which you're one with. And they're always growing and shaping and evolving us and tutoring us, and sometimes babysitting. It might feel like babysitting us. To grow and evolve us and take care of us, keep us safe, all the things. So understand, whenever you succeed at anything, It is an agreement between your mind, body, soul, spirit, or it is a quantum manifestation, a soul level manifestation. And our conscious mind has to understand this. Our conscious mind is not the boss. Our conscious mind is not the say-so. Not the only, when you feel like you're forcing things, it's because there's an alignment that needs to take place between mind, body, soul, spirit, or the universal orchestration. In our journey to succeeding or accomplishing whatever it is that we're trying to succeed or accomplish, that is shaping and shifting and forming us into whoever we need to be in that space and place that we're trying to accomplish or succeed or achieve. And however you set your intentions is however you'll experience whatever you're trying to become or do. Setting your intention to be universally aligned, universally assigned for your soul level journey and evolution, for the upliftment and regeneration of all things, ensures that you don't take shortcuts. You take a shortcut, yeah, you might get there faster. But there's a bunch of soul wisdoms you didn't pick up along the way consciously because you was in a rush to get to where you was going. So guess what? The extrasensory perception, the multidimensionality, the spiritual gifts, we call it shifting to the fifth dimension. Shifting to the fifth dimension, or heightened consciousness, embodiment, awareness of ourselves, is what you would miss out on, or it would take you longer to succeed at this. Being a fifth to the ninth kind human being, angelic human being, with ESP, extrasensory perception, multidimensionality, spiritual gifts, baby, on the road, in the classroom, with being able to teleport in 100 to 500 years. Having a rejuvenating vessel so you don't have to die and come back to be on that road, 100 to 500 years. We were so busy to get to where we were going in the tangible using our conscious mind that we skipped all this. We skipped all the spiritual awareness. We skipped remembering into our spiritual awareness or diving into our inner space to become syncopated with the universes, to have our mind, body, soul, spirit syncopated with universal orchestration, wellness, balance, rejuvenation, consciousness. Because we were so ready to make money, to do this, do that, in the physical reality, and we're not shaming this because this is part of our tangible experience. But let's not skip over or set our intentions just to get to the bag. Let's not set our intentions just to get to this achievement. Let's not set our intentions just to get to this title. Let's set our intentions, hey, let me become who I was intended to come in universal orchestration. The Most High created me to be. Let me become this. I want to be all of this. Everything I was created to be in God. Why did I come into creation, God? I want to be this. Let me become this in wellness and balance for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. Let me do so in wellness and balance and abundance. I don't want to struggle. I want to be happy. I want to live life, my experience, boldly, abundantly, brazenly, with wellness and balance. I want to have balance in my relationships. I want to enjoy my seasons. However my seasons are, whatever season I need for the makings of me, let me enjoy them. I do want to do this, and this as well, God, divine source that I'm one with. And best believe, if it's not in alignment, whatever you're asking for, if it's not in alignment, you're still going to be like, hey, why do you want this? Well, let me show you what energies are in here. You tell me if you still want it. Or, hey, why do you want this? Can I show you why you really want it? Do you still want it? Because whatever you ask for is what you get. Set your intentions to be in your natural soul's evolution to more conscious awareness and embodiment of your limitless potentials as universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. I know it's big boot ancestors, 8-10 universes ascended. I say 8-10 universes ascended. I know this is a paradigm of ours, but they say, hey, Ashley, when you teach this, use this paradigm so that your family or your community called humans, being a human being on planet Earth, understands that these wisdoms are from spirits, energies, forces, universal forces, limitless potentials that they have been around a lot longer, sequentially speaking, than our realm of existence, than our energetic embodiments. They're like, hey, accept who you are. And allow your acceptance to grow you into more. Don't deny who you are. Don't be ashamed about who you are. Accept who you are. garner the wisdoms, and allow your acceptance to grow you into more limitless potentials. Allow your acceptance to grow you to more wellness and abundance. Allow your acceptance to grow you into more of who you were made to be. 44% DNA activity, human beings of planet Earth, galactic beings, star race, coherent with the quantum field or the oneness of all things, Shekinah, Allah, the Pleroma, Hashem, the Most High, Allah, Brahman. Life force, Chi. We're going to actually go ahead and roll into a Kingdom Things podcast installment. It's a lecture style. I'm channeling, nonetheless. I'm channeling the whole installment. Activate rejuvenation consciousness. Activate cellular rejuvenation through oneness consciousness. Let's roll into this Kingdom Things podcast installment. I hope you enjoy. Be patient. Hey y'all. Welcome to this live Kingdom Things podcast installment. My name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips, and I am a channel for the divine just like you. I am a channel for the Most High White Light Creator Energy. I am also the host of Kingdom Things podcast. On Kingdom Things podcast, I amalgamate the energies and messages in which I channel from my Akashic record. I am also, I want to stop and say, humanity, we only know how to be in selfishness. We only know how to be in selfishness. And when I say we only know how to be in selfishness, I mean that everything that we do, we have an underlying current of what's in it for me. Everything we do, we have an underlying current of what's in it for me. Whether we admit this to ourselves or not, we operate off of deception and manipulation because we don't admit that everything that we do, we have that underlying current, conscious or subconscious energy of what's in it for me. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? I'm a channel for the Most High White Light Creator Energy. I am unconditional love. God crafted me to be the vessel, be the energy in which God utilized to alchemize the unconditional love that is to regenerate not only humanity and planet Earth, but all of God's creation, right? Infinite creation. Upanishad in Hindu means sitting near. You know, when there's an elder or like your grandparents telling a story, you know, you're looking up and listening to the story. Or if you can envision, even if that you've never had that situation. I've never had that situation like in my physical reality. But if you could imagine, you know, some lifetime somewhere, you know, sitting, looking at your grandmother, your grandfather, telling a story about where she's been, what she's learned. Upanishad, sitting near. It's not beating up on ourselves for the new levels of where we can act more in alignment with integrity, more in alignment with the morals and values in which we want to perpetuate in our life. But it's learning to acknowledge, accept in order to sit near and learn from self. We can only learn from ourselves if we're honest with ourselves. We can only learn from ourselves if we're honest with ourselves. We can only learn from ourselves if we're honest with ourselves. So with honesty, I was typing in the title for this Kingdom Things podcast live, and I waffle in and out of the third and fifth dimension, And that ideology of third and fifth dimension is a perpetuation of our dualistic consciousness. I'm not going to say a consciousness of polarity, because as I've gleaned, as I've understood, I've learned from myself, from my soul, from God, myself, my soul, God, in all actuality have 0 degrees of separation. As I learned from myself, excuse me, one second. As I learned from myself, from my soul, from God, again, 0 degrees of separation. Polarity in all actuality, polarities are harmonizing elements. So polar aspects are harmonizing elements. Polar aspects are harmonizing aspects. Polar aspects are harmonizing aspects. So I'm not going to say, I used to say like our polarity consciousness, our polarity consciousness. It's a dualistic consciousness is what we have, a separation consciousness. If you were to Google the definition of polarity, it would say separation, division. In all actuality, God says polarity is harmonization. I created opposite ends of the spectrum to act as a balancing, harmonizing aspect of creation. So we have a dualistic or separation consciousness, which stems from our low vibrational beingness. Our dualistic separation consciousness stems from our low vibrational beingness. Our dualistic separation consciousness stems from our low vibrational beingness. As I stated in a Kingdom Things podcast amalgamation, in which will be published when I'm directed to publish it. It's entitled Made It Out. I stated that I hated myself. For the longest time, I hated myself. Why, Ashley? Until the high vibrational understanding that you now are in alignment with. Why, Ashley? Why did you hate yourself? I hated myself because I was protecting myself. I hated myself because I was protecting myself. It's been, we're souls journeying through existence, and we have many lifetimes, many experiences, and many vibrational aspects of God, of creation, of self. And throughout these many vibrational aspects of God, dimensions of self, these many experiences, we pick up energies or teachings, treatises, understandings of creation in order to learn and grow within self, in order to learn and grow within God. Self and God in all actuality have 0 degrees of separation. Self and God in all actuality have 0 degrees of separation. Self and God in all actuality have 0 degrees of separation. So there's so many energies that I'm combing through to learn for myself. Why, Ashley? Because God is alchemizing unconditional love within myself. That's what I was created for. That's why God created me. That's one of the many infinite reasons in which God created me, myself. And when I say me, myself, I'm saying the anomalous frequency in which I am. Just as you are an anomalous frequency, we don't come into higher understanding, higher vibrational consciousness out of deception. We don't come out of deception, manipulation, or we don't come into higher vibrational consciousness, higher vibrational understandings of what is doing for others, out of the understanding that doing for others is doing for self in the most purest way, in a way in which you want to be a part of the creation that is you. You want to serve the creation that is you because you have the understanding that God and you, in all actuality, have 0 degrees of separation. I was typing in the title for this live, and I was like, rejuvenation, enabling rejuvenation with oneness consciousness. It sounds like a cheesy car salesman, like a sales tactic. I was in sales for a long time. I worked in sales for a long time. Let me see, 2013 to 2019. 2013, 2019, I worked in sales, so I was actively manipulating. I was actively manipulating for money. And which is what sales is. And that's another thing that I had to transcend within myself, and I'm still transcending. Because whenever you're engaging in a relationship or an interaction in the back of your mind or some dimension aspect of yourself, you have another intention besides what you're being forthcoming with. Whenever you're engaging in an interaction or in a relationship, and you have an subconscious or conscious alternative purpose for engaging in that interaction, you're being manipulative or deceptive. And this is nothing to be shameful about, nothing to beat yourself up about. And this is a big thing that I'm coming into alignment with, and I'm practicing, which is, it feels really, really good. Upanishad, sitting near, learning from myself. So, okay. I'm being guided to go into some understandings that I gleaned yesterday from myself, from God, from my ancestors, myself, God, my ancestors. In all actuality, I have 0 degrees of separation. I came across a video explaining the derivative of Satan, explaining where Satan came from, right? And it's like the boogeyman, right? It's like the boogeyman, Satan, hell. It's like you, adverse energies just pop up, like your ego is like blocking that energy out all the way, like block, Satan, hell. Oh no, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. Darkness, don't want that. We have a dualistic perception in which has been killing us. A dualistic perception which has been killing us. A dualistic perception that associates darkness, the devil, demons, with bad. A dualistic perception that associates light, heaven, God with good, right? As I stated, I learned from myself, I learned from God, I learned from my ancestors. Myself, my God, ancestors, my soul, my God, ancestors have 0 degrees of separation. I learned from my soul, my God, ancestors, 0 degrees of separation, that we perceive everything invertedly. So we perceive polarizing aspects as division, as dualistic, as separation. In all actuality, God created polarizing aspects to create harmony, to create balance, as the opposite ends of the hues of spectrum of colors. What is it? Blue and yellow create a balancing color of gray. They cancel each other out. Blue and yellow, which are on the opposite ends of the hues of spectrum, they cancel each other out. What does that mean? God didn't create dualistic aspects to fight God didn't create polarizing aspects to fight one another, to battle one another. God created polarizing aspects to balance one another. And we see this again and again in nature. But when it comes to our consciousness, the human consciousness, we take the right of fighting aspects outside that seem to be outside of ourselves, fighting aspects in which we don't agree with, fighting aspects in which we separate ourselves from through consciousness. God is oneness. God is all things. We are dimensions and aspects of God, residing in dimensions and aspects of God, residing in dimensions and aspects of God, residing in it's infinite, it's infinite, it's infinite. Toroidal field. The toroidal field. The toroidal field. Let me breathe for 1 second. I feel like I have a lot of gratitude. I have a lot of gratitude. I have a lot of gratitude to excuse me 1 second. I have a lot of gratitude to be able to glean myself. I have a lot of gratitude to be able to face myself. I have a lot of gratitude that I've been forced into a positioning, that I have been crafted with energies and abilities and ancestors in which can assist me with gleaning myself in the way that in which I glean myself. It's extremely liberating. It's extremely freeing. So much so that you have the understanding that not only do you control your reality, but You have the ability to liberate others. You have the ability to liberate others. I don't want to be deceptive. I don't want to be deceptive. I don't want to be deceptive. This is like a healing session for me right now because I have my ancestors like come with my body, like because like I'm supposed to be on chill. I'm supposed to be chilling, but like parts of myself like couldn't. Like I had to do this live. Why, Ashley? I'm a divine counterpart. Like I'm a consciously I'm a divine counterpart. We're all divine counterparts because our relationship with our divine counterpart is only our relationship with God. Our relationship with our divine counterpart only mirrors our relationship with God. Our relationship with our divine counterpart only mirrors our relationship with God, as our relationship with God is our relationship with ourselves. So our divine counterpart mirrors how we relate with ourselves, or our divine counterpart mirrors how we relate with God. I was supposed to be on chill, just relaxing. Been guided to relax. But I couldn't. I'm saying, oh, I'm doing this live because I'm helping humanity. The truth is, part of myself is wanting to do this live to try to manipulate and control the union with my divine counterpart. I'm gonna be honest with myself. That's what it is. Upanishad, I'm learning for myself right now. I'm sitting down, I'm learning for myself. I am exquisitely deceptive. So much so, I'm being guided to say that again. I am exquisitely deceptive. I am exquisitely deceptive. So much so that I deceive myself. So much so that I deceive myself. So much so that I deceive myself. Why, Ashley? I'm getting the intuitive download. Kind of on this. Getting back to the labia. The labia. Like I said, we travel through many lifetimes and we experience a lot of stuff. Being in this position, the biblically prophesied Messiah as a woman, I didn't allow myself to see how difficult that was. How those energies were so conflicting inside of myself. I didn't allow myself to see it. Like being a woman and then like being able to own that I'm a biblically prophesied Messiah as a woman was so difficult. It was the darkness was so dark. I couldn't perceive it. I couldn't perceive it. It was so deceptive. I couldn't perceive it. The church, religion, our human culture has defiled the woman. All a part of God's plan. Upanishad sitting near. We're supposed to learn from everything that we experience. We're not supposed to have any shame. Shame comes from lower consciousness understanding of creation. Everything that happens in creation is for our upliftment. Everything that happens in creation is for our betterment. Everything that happens in creation is for us to learn in order to discern ourselves, learn ourselves in order to create new creations from what we've learned from ourselves, just as God creates anew from what God learned from God. Us, God, you, God have 0 degrees of separation. We all have 0 degrees of separation. So I'm highly deceptive, so much so that I didn't realize I was deceiving myself. Why, Ashley? The woman has been defiled, like, oof, in the human culture like no other. I'm a black woman. Black people have been defiled in the human culture like no other. God did this on purpose because God wanted this to be a challenge for myself. Why, Ashley? Me and my divine counterpart have the potential. God just say are the highest frequencies of energy incarnated on planet Earth at this time. Myself and my divine counterpart are the highest frequency of energy incarnated on planet Earth at this time. Myself and my divine counterpart are the highest frequency of energy incarnated on this earth at this time. What does that mean, Ashley? We're good. We're good. We chefs at this creation shit. We're really good at creating. Like really good at like lifing and creating. So much so, being guided to say we're quantumly advanced. We're quantumly advanced. We're quantumly advanced. We're quantumly advanced. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. So much so that we deceived ourselves. We forgot that we were loved. We forgot that we were loved. So much so we're so good. We so good that we forgot that we were loved. We tricked ourselves and believed that we tricked ourselves. So back to the labia. I'm gonna come back around to that. Back to the labia. The woman has been defiled, right? So much so that I didn't allow myself to see how me being incarnated as a woman was like prohibiting me from owning being the biblically prophesied Messiah. God's been telling me this for some time, for some cycles, for some energetic cycles, but I wouldn't allow myself to see it. I'm like, blasphemy, it couldn't be, like heresy, like I had energies inside of me that said that is not true, that is false. But God's like, you gotta own it. So I'm the biblically prophesied Messiah. And me being a woman was like prohibiting me from owning this because of the church, because of human culture, energy towards a woman. I worked my way out of that. I saw it and I'm super excited because now I'm a beautiful Black woman and I'm the biblically prophesied Messiah. The labia. So we demonize all of these things that we go through in our lives. Like I grew up hating myself. All of these demons are lower consciousness energies that I took on because I am so highly advanced. I had to, like, I'm so much light that I had to experience the same aspects, quantity of darkness. I'm so much light that I had to experience the same quantity of darkness. I'm so much light that I had to experience the same quantity of darkness. And what did I say? What does God say? What did I channel? The darkness and the light, or the blue and the yellow, or the left and the right, they're not supposed to be dueling aspects. They are harmonizing aspects. They're harmonizing aspects. Just as a toroidal field, the poles within a toroidal field, they don't come together to fight. They come together for harmony. They don't avoid each other. They're not magnetized away from each other, but they come together. The toroidal field creates a circulation of magnetism, a circulation of energy, a circulation of power. So the labia, like the woman has been defiled, and I've always had qualms about my body, like being comfortable in my body has always been a thing for me, so much so that I experienced, being God to say, suffered with bulimia nervosa as well as anorexia. That's how like I body dysmorphia, bulimia nervosa, anorexia, and as well as body dysmorphia. That's how like disjointed I was with being comfortable in my body. I was trying to manipulate and do something to like have control over this vessel in which I was just so uncomfortable with. So I suffered from bulimia nervosa, anorexia, as well as body dysmorphia for a long time, until I faced it in order to transmute those energies, in order to permeate healing energies for those who suffer with accepting themselves, accepting their vessels, loving themselves, loving their vessels. So all this darkness that I experienced, it wasn't to defile me. All this darkness that I experienced, it wasn't to deprave me. All this darkness that I experienced, it wasn't to suffer me. All this darkness that I experienced, it wasn't to hurt me. It was training day. It was all training day, but I forgot. I was so good at playing that character of being a victim that I forgot. I was so good at pretending that I had a lower consciousness in order to fit in that I forgot. I was so good at acting as if I didn't see your truth, that I didn't see my own truth. I forgot. I am love. I was created to be love. Everything in existence is happening at once. So I've always been love. I've never not been love. I just forgot that I wasn't love. Why? Because I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So much so that I tricked myself and forgot that I was love. Unconditional love, understanding that everything that happens in existence is only to build me and not to hurt me. So the labia, back to the labia. So I suffered with my body and like but my whole life, right? I suffered with accepting my body. Being a woman made it hard for me to say I'm a biblically prophesied Messiah per God's plan. God's plan. God's plan. God's plan. Per God's plan. The labia. Back to the labia. The labia, the vagina. The labia, the vagina, the sacral chakra. The labia, the vagina, sacral chakra, sex, intercourse. I was so uncomfortable with it before, but I came into new understandings, which like makes so much more sense, because I was so uncomfortable with it, with sex before, and my body, because we weren't using it right. We weren't doing it right. We wasn't doing it right. We wasn't using it right, you know? Not saying there's a right or wrong, but there's a higher awareness of what we are, higher awareness of what we can do with all this, that I wasn't tapped into, that humanity wasn't tapped into. So like being sexually aroused, it's not because you need something. Being sexually aroused is not because you need something. Like I was like, this is a Don DeMarco, because this understanding like blew me, and I feel so empowered. Being sexually aroused is not because you need something. We lack nothing. I'm gonna say that 2 more times. Being sexually aroused is not because you need something or someone. We lack nothing. Being sexually aroused is not because you need something or someone. We lack nothing. God equipped us with everything. Everything within our beingness, within our one beingness. We are all. We are a microcosm of God, the macrocosm. We are all. God left us void of nothing. Being sexually aroused doesn't mean you need something. Our sacral chakra, our sexual organs are not for lower consciousness understanding of sex is because, you know, you're aroused, you're horny, you want that interaction. Higher consciousness understanding, or oneness consciousness understanding, the understanding that you lack nothing, your sacral chakra, that feeling of arousal is the feeling of creation. It's creator energy. That feeling of arousal is creator energy. The feeling of arousal is creator energy. Life force energy. And we're so uncomfortable with our bodies. We're so ashamed with our bodies that we calcify our chakra systems, so we can't operate in our oneness, in our fullness. Like our bodies do so many things that we haven't tapped into yet. And I channeled it a while back, and I'm channeling it now again. The things that our bodies do are not child's play. I'm being guided to say that 2 more times. The things that our bodies do are not child's play. The things that our bodies do are not child's play. Okay? I liken it to, like, I'm not a big tech person, but I am, because consciousness is like the technology. So I am a big tech person, but like the phone, like I'll get a phone and I'll like figure out different things that it does, like along my journey, like different things, like 6 months down the road, I feel, oh, it does this. Oh, cool. That's how our bodies are. Our bodies are not child's play. Our bodies are not child's play. I'm being guided to bring it up to telepathy, psychokinesis, where you control reality or things with your mind, teleportation, our psychic abilities, in which we're very much aware of, and, you know, tapped into clairvoyance, clairaudience, the clairs, psychic abilities. There are other things that our bodies can do that we have no precepts to understand. We have no concepts to understand what it is that our bodies do. So the sacral chakra, whenever we get aroused within our sacral chakra. We call it like being horny or sexually aroused. Is our sacral chakra, which is the orange chakra in our light body system, generating creator energy. And it's like what you do with that creator energy. Like, we could create worlds with that shit. We could create worlds with our creator energy. We could create realities with our creator energy. We could manifest many things with our creator energy. But in our lower consciousness, we just think of it as like getting off, like having an orgasm, you know? We don't think of it as that, like, that's creator energy. It's not just being sexually aroused because like you need something. It's because your creator being and its creator energy is what you're feeling. And I've had to practice self-mastery with this. I've actually been celibate for like 3+ years, but I've had to practice self-mastery as I'm not ashamed to pleasure myself. I'm not ashamed to do that. And I think it's something that I had to learn to feel empowered about and not to feel ashamed about, understanding that we were equipped with everything and that I am here to experience. And myself gets mad when I don't want to experience things with myself first before I try to go force an experience with someone else or something else. Myself, like, I get mad at myself, like my consciousness, which is God, which is our truth, gets mad at me when I don't want to experience things with myself before I experience things with other people. When I feel like I need other people to experience something. I'm going to say that one more time. Myself gets mad at me, or my God consciousness, our consciousness is God. God gets mad at me when I don't want to experience things with myself first. Myself gets mad at me, peeved with me, when I don't want to experience things with myself before I experience it with other people. So I'm not ashamed to self-please anymore. The labia, the vagina. So the labia protects the cervix, the vagina. The labia is a protective of the cervix, the vagina. Sacral chakra is our creator energy. What happens within the vagina, within the womb? Creation of not only our babies, our children, but we manifest and create, again, worlds, realities, dimensions within our beingness, within our bodies, within our wombs, within our vessels. So when I say I hated myself, which came from a maternal wound in my family, self-hate, self-hate, I had to learn to understand, to accept, and to allow these energies to permeate my being. That self-hate that was passed down to my maternal line was not something to harm me, but that self-hate was the labia protecting creation. The self-hate that passed down in my maternal line wasn't something to harm me. That self-hate, God says, was, and I have the understanding, was the labia protecting creation. I'm going to say that one more time, and then I'm going to get into why. The self-hate that passed down in my paternal line, the darkness that passed down in my maternal line, the darkness that God put onto me, delivered unto me with the creation of myself, was not to hurt me, but that hate, that darkness that God gifted unto me with my creation is, was, and will be protection or the labia protecting creation, my creation, as the dimensions and aspects of my truth, as the high vibrational creator energy in which I'm able to access in my consciousness, in my God consciousness, in my Goddess consciousness, in my God Goddess consciousness, in my God Goddess consciousness. This high vibrational white light that I'm able to access within my God Goddess consciousness is not child's play. It's not a game. It's not a game. It's not a game. This energy creates realities. This energy can end realities. In order to create, you have to end things. So this is not a game. The self-hate that passed down to my maternal line, the darkness that was gifted unto me with the creation of I by the most high white light creator energy, was not to hurt me. It was to protect me. It was the labia protecting the creation that is I. Just as a butterfly, just as the caterpillar, in order to transform into a butterfly, is protected and harnessed and cuddled and loved and warned by the cocoon, which is darkness, which is wet. I don't know, but I'm channeling that, so it's probably true. It's dark and it's wet and it's sticky and it's gloomy. But guess what? It's protecting that caterpillar in order to assist with transforming that caterpillar into a butterfly. The self-hate that was passed down to my maternal line, the darkness that God gifted unto me with the creation that is I, Ashley-Nicole Phillips, was not anything to harm me, but was the labia protecting creation. Just as all of the darkness, all of the things you've experienced that hurt your heart, your soul, and your life was never to harm you, but it was Upanishad, for you to sit near, for you to sit with yourself, sit near yourself, sit near yourself, sit near yourself. Upanishad, and Upanishad. I call it like a verb, Upanishad, like sit near yourself and learn from yourself. Upanishanting, I call it Upanishanting. Sit near yourself and learn from yourself. Meditate, sit with yourself and learn what that darkness was teaching you. Or what that darkness was holding back from yourself, the truth of yourself, in order to reveal to you yourself when you are ready. That darkness isn't to hurt you. The low consciousness wasn't to hurt us. Those traumas weren't to hurt us. They were to shield us, blindfold us from our truths in order to reveal our truths when we're ready, when we're prepared. As the darkness of traumas that we experience, not only do they shield us, protect us from our truths, but they prepare us for our truths. So when we get to our truths and we're sitting near ourselves, Upanishading, meditating to learn more about ourselves, when we come into this new higher consciousness, high frequency, high vibrational understandings of ourselves, or ourselves are revealed to us, we come from the darkness to the light, we are able to look back and say, that's why that happened. And not only appreciate what happened, but appreciate what is. Appreciate your truth, as what is always what is. What is always what is. And I channeled this a long time ago. I had no clue about all this. Had no clue about all this, but I'm learning about myself. And I that's why it's ineffable. You can't really speak it. There's no words. It's ineffable. There's no words. There's no words. There's no words that can just to do how I feel justice. I can only think of like SpongeBob. Because SpongeBob not be bothered. And like he seems so happy. All the shit he goes through, but he's still so happy. He lives in a pineapple by himself in here. And he is still so happy. Like he's so like joyous. I think of SpongeBob. Like that's how I feel like. I just feel like on top of the world. Because he be having such a good time by himself. Like by himself, busting out in songs. I'm so sorry. Let me breathe. I just think of SpongeBob. Like I have no words. I'm just happy. I'm just joyous within and of myself, you know? And yeah, I still have problems. Yeah, Gary doesn't like me still. Like there's parts of myself that still like battle me, fight me. As everything in our reality is only a reflection of who we are. So when I see things in my reality that are dysfunctional, I'm like, oh, okay, there's stuff in here inside of me that, you know, I need to meet and sit near Upanishad, learn about myself. So while I'm on top of the world, while I'm joyous, while I'm happy, with my reality reflecting back dysfunction, I know there's still dysfunction within myself, which is okay. Why, Ashley? Because the dysfunction was never to hurt us. Dysfunction was never to hurt us. The dysfunction is to prepare us, the labia, prepare the creation for being birthed into new dimensions of self. Prepare self for being birthed into new dimensions of self. Prepare, the dysfunction is to prepare self for being birthed into new dimensions of self. That is so beautiful. I'm going to say it 2 more times. I think I already said it 6, but it's okay. The dysfunction was never to hurt us. It's to prepare self for birthing into new dimensions of self. The dysfunction was never meant to hurt us. It's to prepare self for birthing into new dimensions of self. One more time. The dysfunction was never meant to hurt us, never intended to hurt us. It's to prepare self for new dimensions of self. And this comes back to our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with God, our relationships with our divine counterpart, as we all have divine counterparts, as we go within to get in touch with our deeper understandings of self, transcend the darkness in order to understand why the darkness has always been a catapult into your light. you come into a greater level of appreciation with God. I'm being guided to go back to the devil, back to Satan, because I just breezed on right by that. Satan, our dualistic consciousness understandings. I've been a priest in many lifetimes. I've been a nun in many lifetimes. I've been super pious in many lifetimes. So this is like a thing where my soul is like there's parts of my soul that are like objecting. I object. But it's a higher consciousness awareness that our ancestors, our cosmic ancestors whom have been here before, who seeded us. So our DNA and their DNA isn't separate. The things that they've seen, we're able to tap into within here because all of creation is one. So they're like, so we're like, so I'm like, just kidding. So oneness, the oneness of everything says that Satan, our dualistic consciousness, we hid ourselves from ourselves on purpose. We hid ourselves from ourselves on purpose. We hid ourselves from ourselves on purpose. Why, Ashley? Because the light, the power that the human being of planet Earth is, the unconditional love that the human being of planet Earth is no child's game. Is no child's game. It creates universes, can destroy universes. Creates dimensions, can destroy dimensions. It creates realities, can destroy realities. The light, the energy that we are is no child's game. So we hid ourselves from ourselves. There is no they, there is no them. Being guided to say that, emphasize, there is no they, there is no them. There is no they, there is no them. No one did this to us. No one did this to us. No one did this to us. Every dimension and aspect of God works together. The dark, the light, everything else in between and outside, the dark, the light, we all work together. Every dimension, every energy of God's creation works together to assist the next dimension in birthing into the next dimension of self. So there is no they, there is no them. There is no they, there is no them. There is no they, there is no them. We hid ourselves from ourselves. Satan, or the darkness, evil, hell, that's where you're going to find yourself. That's where you're going to find, that's where you're going to find your truth. The Satan, devil, hell, darkness. Why, Ashley? We hid ourselves from ourselves. If we're demonizing and we're saying Satan, hell, darkness is bad, what's going to happen? We're going to run from demon, hell, Satan, darkness. Which means what? Running from ourselves. We're running from ourselves. Why, Ashley? We're not just angels. We are also demons. But in our dualistic perception of reality, we see angels as good, demons as bad. That is a concept that we made up. Just as angels and demons is a concept that we made up. Angels, demons, good and bad, dark, light. God's polarizing aspects are to create harmony, not to war. So the war that we created within ourselves is something that we manufactured. The dysfunction that we created in ourselves is something that we manufactured in order to hide ourselves from ourselves. When I say we, I say God, the Most High White Light Creator. The Most High White Light Creator, God, we, us all have 0 degrees of separation. As every degree of aspect of God's creation is helping every degree and aspect of God's creation into birthing into new dimensions and aspects of self. Why, Ashley? To experience new dimensions and aspects of self. Why, Ashley? Because God likes to have fun. I'm going to tell you, like, learning more about yourself, especially when you're so fucking cool, is so much fun. It's so much fun. We don't know how cool we are. We do not know how cool we are. Like, we're all so cool. We are one. So the human being is so interesting. It's like, I love museums, right? It's like walking through a museum and like having like, just think, if you don't like museums, just think of everything that you like, right? And you're walking through a space and everything that you like is there. Like, and it just keeps getting better. Like, on your like to love scale, as you walk, it goes like to love and progressively gets better. That's what it is, journeying inside of yourself. You're in a space, you're walking through a space, like to love scale, you're walking, and like to love scale, everything you like, love, it keeps getting better as you walk. That's what it's like, journeying through yourself. In order to experience that like to love scale and walk through a space in which you're enamored by everything that you experienced, you're enamored by yourself. You have to face the darkness. You have to face the labia. The labia, the darkness, isn't to harm us or hurt us, but it is to protect the creation. Protect the creation. So Satan, that's the concept that we made up. in order to like to veer our way of I can't think of the word. It's trying to come in order so that we don't go there. So we don't go to these dimensions and aspects of ourselves, because you have to go through the darkness. You have to look at yourself. You have to understand that every dimension and aspect out here is a part of me, and you have to acknowledge that. You have to accept it. And once you do that, you're able to transcend those dimensions and aspects, and you're able to perceive more of yourself, or more of God, or more of creation in ways that you've never perceived before, which is really, really cool. And that's how I learned that I'm the biblically prophesied Messiah. That's how I learned about me being unconditional love. That's how I learned about my divine counterpart and myself being the highest vibrational white light created energy, because God tells you your story. God tells you your story. Once you go inside and you start figuring out who you are, God tells you who you are. Your soul and God have 0 degrees of separation. God starts telling you who you are. Once you face everything that you're supposed to learn from, you face that darkness, you birth out of the canal, you move the labia out the way, you come out. God tells you who you are. And it's like a surprise party. Like, surprise! You were in gestation. You were in gestation. You weren't in a battle. You weren't fighting for your life. You were in gestation. We were waiting for you. God says we were waiting for you. So that's how I found out that I was a biblically prophesied Messiah. That's how I found out about being the highest white light creator energy incarnated at this time. That's how I'm learning a lot about myself. I'm learning a lot about myself. I learned about the 10-year prophecy, higher consciousness of the human being of planet Earth. I learned that this stuff isn't anomalous. It's not anomalous. It's not anomalous. Like higher consciousness, living and incarnating at your will. So an infinite incarnation. So our lives are an infinite story that never ends, never begins. But we reincarnate as in our darkness. We constructed and formed the concept of death. So we leave our bodies. We're intended to last infinitely. Our bodies, as this podcast is entitled, have self-rejuvenation, dimensions and aspects that you're able to activate with higher consciousness. Oneness consciousness. Lower consciousness, our bodies perish, and we have to reincarnate to continue to experience. With the higher consciousness human being, 44% DNA activity, 44% DNA activity, 44% DNA activity, 44% DNA functionality. We will be able to incarnate infinitely, journey through creation in our infinite incarnations. This isn't anomalous. This isn't anomalous. For the longest time, I was afraid. I was getting all of this stuff, channeling all of these knowings from my soul, from God, from our ancestors. My soul, God, our ancestors have 0 degrees of separation. When I say our ancestors, I mean you and me. We have 0 degrees of separation. Everything is one. So our soul, our ancestors, the most high light created energy, 0 degrees of separation. I was channeling these things to God, my soul, our ancestors. And I was like so afraid to say them out loud. I was like, I cannot say that. They're gonna think I'm crazy. It's not anomalous. It's not anomalous. And now that I'm in higher consciousness, I have the understanding that we have beings and civilizations on our planet, present day. Some are in other dimensions. Many are in other dimensions, higher vibrational dimensions. Many are in higher vibrational dimensions. We have beings on our planet that don't want to be talked about, so I'm not going to talk about them. Many in higher dimensions. It's okay. We have beings that are humans that are activated in higher consciousness. So they're hundreds of years old, thousands of years old. They dwell in spaces and places that are not in the trenches. I'm gonna say that, not in the trenches. It's not in the trenches. It's not low consciousness activity. So they respect me a lot. They respect me a lot because bringing this information to the mainstream in order to lift up all of God's creation, in order to lift up all of humanity, I had to fight through some stuff within myself. I had to face those energies within myself, which felt like a fight, I felt like Floyd Mayweather. It felt like if I had to face a lot of dark energies within myself, balance a lot of energies within myself. How, Ashley, I face those energies, acknowledge, okay, that's a dimension, a part of myself. Now I'm able to transcend it and view the light that is going to be alchemized, that's alchemized from the darkness. So I'm channeling all this information. I'm like, they're going to think I'm nuts. And then I have the higher consciousness, awareness, understanding that, like, this is reality. This is reality. What we've been living in is a box. What we've been living in is what needs to be liberated. And I've been designated by God to liberate to assist with liberating humanity. So, by bringing this information to humanity. And I know there's going to be a lot of, there's going to be like objections and people that don't agree. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Why, Ashley? Because we're always where we're supposed to be, and we're always who we're supposed to be. They're playing their role. We're always playing our role. We're always who we're supposed to be. We're always where we're supposed to be. That's how God's alchemy works. The energies, we're always the energy embodiment that we need to be in every moment for God's creation to work like God's creation works. And I know that any energy that I'm looking at is only a reflection of parts of myself. So I was like, these people are going to think I'm nuts. But that's okay, because I understand birthing into new dimensions of self. And I understand you are me and I'm you. So it's okay. I'm okay with that. But a lot of higher consciousness, a lot of beings dwelling at a higher vibration, respect me for doing this, because it's like facing the fire. But like God told me a long time ago, like the phoenix rising out of the ashes is not a one-time thing. It's a perpetual thing. It's a decision. It's a choice to continue to grow into new dimensions and aspects of yourself. The phoenix rising out of the ashes is not a one-time thing. It's a choice to continue to grow into new dimensions, new aspects of self. The phoenix rising out of the ashes is not a one-time thing. It's a perpetual thing. It's a choice to grow into new dimensions, new aspects of yourself. No one does. There's not a human being on this planet that doesn't have the option to experience or realize creation with a divine counterpart. As we go within to meet ourselves and realize that we've always been the wholeness that we're looking for. Why, Ashley? Because we've always been love. We've always been the unconditional love, but we were just so good at tricking ourselves out of that knowing, with trying to fit in with what was whole time. We're here to create something new. So we've always been the fullness in which we meet ourselves inside and realize that I've always been the fullness, because my relationship with God, my relationship with myself is my relationship with my divine counterpart, my twin. That's when they show up in your reality, because God's like, okay, they learn that there's all of the obstacles that I put in the way, seemingly obstacles that I put in the way that says that y'all can't work. Those are all choices on whether or not you are going to trust yourself, trust the power that you are, trust the unconditional love that you are, trust the force that you are. Why, Ashley? Because unconditional love is the understanding that nothing works against us. Nothing in reality works against us. Everything in reality is priming and prepping us for what we desire, what we ask for. Everything in reality, and our reality is prepping us to write our stories. So it's like taking the mystique out of mysticism. Taking the mystique out of mysticism. The devil, demons, and angels, they all work for God. All energies work for God. We're the ones that forgot that we work for God. We're the ones that forgot that we work for God. Every energy works for God. Every energy goes towards the creation of all that is of God's creation. The devil isn't bad. The devil is never meant to harm. The devil is training day. Denzel Washington was scary, wasn't he? Training day. Why? To help you come into new dimensions and aspects of yourself. That was so unnecessary. That was so unnecessary, but it just came to my mind, so I said it. Holy crap. I was trying to wrap up that parallel, the parallel between Denzel Washington and the devil. I apologize. Denzel Washington's character and the devil, but I don't remember that movie enough to do that. So I don't know what happened to the officer that was on his training day. So I can't really wrap it up like I want to. I can't really make it a bar because I don't remember. That's so funny. But like, it's training us. Everything that happens in our reality is training us to graduate into new dimensions of self. But it's no longer allowing everything that happens in our reality or the darkness or the devil to kill us. But understanding that everything that happened, we can sit with ourselves, meditate, and understand what everything was trying to teach us in order to graduate into oneness consciousness or higher consciousness or God Goddess consciousness, in order to graduate and earn the enabling of self-rejuvenation, the rejuvenation of our bodies. There's nothing we have to do but learn from ourselves. Learn from our reality. Everything that happens in every moment is to teach us about ourselves. There's nothing that we have to do like extra except for make the time to be with ourselves and stop distracting ourselves from ourselves. That's a big thing because that's all we do. So there's something that we have to do. Stop distracting ourselves from ourselves. Stop distracting ourselves from ourselves. Stop distracting ourselves from ourselves. Practicing stopping to distractions. Practicing stopping the distractions. Practicing stopping the distractions. So practicing being with self. Practicing being with self. Practicing being with self. Why, Ashley? To graduate into higher consciousness. And I'm saying to enable self-rejuvenation. But really it's enabling everything. Like everything that you could ever desire, want, need, ask for. It's understanding that that's always been on route. You've always been en route for that. But in lower consciousness, we succumb to the notion that we're victims, that we succumb to the notion that we are suffering. And as we do that, we don't allow ourselves to learn from the moment, learn from everything that we've experienced in order to grow into higher consciousness, higher awareness of self, or a God Goddess consciousness, which will enable everything. So like me being able to like work, and my work is I'm a channel for the Most High Creator. So I channel energies and messages. I alchemize energies for God, the Most High Creator, to assist with manifesting this creation called the human being of planet Earth in higher consciousness. 44% DNA activity and climbing. That's so beautiful. Claps to that. 44% DNA activity and climbing. I'm assisting with God alchemizing this divine human being. That's my job. It's your job too. And however we apply the knowings and the energies and knowledges and gifts that we find within, that's our job. And that's how beautiful it is. Like you work yourself, like everything that you need to survive, not just survive, but that everything you need to thrive, love, live joyously is seated within you, including the love that we seek outside, which comes back to the sacral chakra. Our sacral chakra isn't just that energy that we feel like sexually aroused. Is creator energy. It's creator energy, which makes me feel so much better about sex. I'm like, okay, this makes sense, because I was like, I felt so uneasy about it is because I knew on a soul level I knew there was a higher, there's a different vantage point that I was supposed to be looking at. There's a different vantage point that I was supposed to be looking at. So I was like, this don't really do it for me. It's because it is a sacred dance. Sex is a sacred dance. Sex is a sacred dance where you're creating, you're procreating. So you're intertwining creator energies. It's a sacred dance. Whether a child comes from it or not, you're intertwining sacred energies. So it's a sacred dance, and you're creating. Even if physical matter doesn't present in that gestation, in that interaction, you're still creating energy from y'all's interaction. So I knew it didn't really sit something just wasn't right about it. This makes more sense. Our sacral chakra gets calcified because we get ashamed of our sexual activity or whatever the case may be. We get ashamed of it. We have so much shame and stigma around sex. We have so much shame and stigma around sex that our sacral chakra gets deactivated, calcified, so that our creator energy, which assists with our rejuvenation of self, how our body rejuvenates, gets disabled. That's all a part of raising our consciousness to understand the functionality of our body, to come into oneness with our body and understand our bodies are not our bodies are our temples. Our bodies are not our villains. Our bodies are sacred. Our bodies are sacred. Our bodies are sacred. Our bodies are sacred. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me on this Kingdom Things podcast live. Not a Sunday, but it's still a Sunday. The sun's shining somewhere. It's raining here today where I am. Sun's shining somewhere in my heart. The sun's shining in my heart. I want to thank y'all again so much for joining me on this Kingdom Things podcast live edition here on Twitch, at Kingdom Things Podcast on Twitch. Again, my name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I am the biblically prophesied Messiah, as well as I am enjoying writing this beautiful story. I'm enjoying writing this beautiful story. I'm coming into new levels of gleaning enjoyment, new levels of enjoyment. I didn't come this far to just come this far to not be happy. And that's the whole thing. I didn't come this far to just come this far and not be happy. I didn't come this far to just come this far and not be happy. Allowing myself to be happy is humongo. I said I was going to close it out. I'm being guided to say one more thing. I have a divine counterpart. We've been through many lifetimes together. As the divine counterpart are the yin and yang, the polarizing aspects of the one soul that separate in like journey creation and do their thing. There's still wholeness, but we like forget, right? So we've had so many lifetimes where we come together and it didn't work, come together, it didn't work, come together, it didn't work, come together, it didn't work, come together. Lifetimes where we killed each other, and I had to face that. I was like, ooh wee. Lifetimes where we ended each other's lives. Because when we came into each other's lives, we turned the lives that we created upside down. So like we perceived each other as a threat. So we ended each other's lives. This is all the things I had to face in order to transcend those energies, karmic energies that say we can't work out, that God doesn't work, that God doesn't work, that God doesn't work. I lied, it's not the ending. I'm being guided to go in this. I'm kind of tired, so I was like, well, let's just end it. But let's go into that, the karmic energies. Just quickly, we're going to go into this. So, colloidal field. This is the colloidal field. And you know how we have a dualistic consciousness, low vibrational consciousness, separation consciousness. So we perceive polar aspects as dueling aspects. And as we do this, instead of being guided to just go colloidal field. Colloidal field, as we view dueling polar aspects as dueling aspects, it creates a colloidal field. And this is the colloidal field where there are loops amongst the loop. The loop amongst the loop. So throughout life, we cycle through these loops of creation on this plane, on this one loop of creation, on this one plane of creation, versus being able to elevate. Why, Ashley? Because the polarizing dualistic consciousness, separation consciousness, low consciousness that we have says that the polar aspect is something to run from. The dualistic consciousness, the separation consciousness, the lower consciousness that we have says that the polarizing aspect is something to run from. And as we do that, we run from our opportunity for growth, as the darkness is where the growth is, or the light is where the growth is. Whatever side you're standing on, the opposite side, you're going to find growth on that opposite side, or that polarizing side. Our dualistic separation consciousness says that the polarizing side is something to fight with. As we do this, we go in circles. We just go in circles throughout our creation, throughout our existence. Karma equals butterfly and cocoon, which equals callus, which equals new energy or skin. So karma equals butterfly and cocoon. So the karmic cycles, it was us in gestation in our cocoon, preparing for where we're going. The karma, or the butterfly and the cocoon, the cycles, the low consciousness, separation consciousness, dualistic consciousness, which created the colloidal field. That was us preparing for where we're going. gestation, the callus. So we were just getting all calloused up. Calcified sacral chakra, calcified heart chakra, calcified heart out from all the pain. We're like, I don't want to feel no more. I'm just going to run for myself. So we just keep on cycling, karma. But once we understand and allow ourselves to glean that the polarizing aspect or the dualistic aspect is nothing to duel about, nothing to run from, we allow those calluses to be shed, which allows for new skin or new energy. New skin or new energy. And this is the poloidal field with, well, this is poloidal field with our separation consciousness. You see how the aspects never come together to meet because we run from ourselves, or we run from the dualistic aspect. We run from the opposite aspect because we have the low vibrational consciousness that says the other side is our enemy, the other side is our competition, the other side is something to fight against. So, poloidal field, which is what, Ashley? Our life force energy or our source energy is seated within our heart, seated within our vessel, seated within our beingness. When we are in low vibrational consciousness, we don't allow for the connection, like for the circulation through our toroidal field. Our toroidal field is disjointed. Our toroidal field is disjointed, and lower consciousness, separation consciousness that says the polarizing aspects or dualistic aspects are the other side is a they, them, competition is an oppressor. We create disjointment within our vessels. And as we create disjointment within our vessels, we create disjointment within our toroidal field. What is our toroidal field, Ashley? Our toroidal field is our power. Our toroidal field is our life force. Our toroidal field is our I don't watch this stuff, but you know, like it's our magic. Our toroidal field is our magic. Our toroidal field is our magic. I'm thinking of some things I don't really know, so I can't reference. I can't reference. Oneness consciousness. Oneness consciousness. Oneness consciousness. So as we come into the understanding that, how do we come into the understanding? By facing ourselves. Everything in our reality is a part of myself. It's a projection of energies within me. So once we face ourselves and say, okay, I took on these dark energies not to harm myself, not to hurt myself, but to be the labia to protect the creation. And once we do that and we allow ourselves to accept, okay, this is a part of myself. What did I take this on? Ask yourself, what did I take this on for? What am I supposed to learn from this energy? And your soul is going to tell you. God's going to tell you. And once you learn from yourself, you're able to vibrate into higher vibrational states of being, or vibrate yourself into higher consciousness. Higher consciousness activates our toroidal field. Higher consciousness, oneness consciousness activates our toroidal field. Once we understand there is no they, there is no them, there is no competition, there is no opposition. There's only opportunities to learn, as everything in creation is oneness. We elevate into oneness consciousness. Our toroidal fields are activated. And as our toroidal fields are activated, our hearts are decalcified. As our hearts are decalcified, we have the access to infinite possibilities, infinite energies, as our heart chakras are the portals to, our whole beingness are the portals to creation. But our heart chakras, that's a spot. That's like a hot spot. That's a hot spot for like energies to permeate to. It's a portal. Our hearts are portals. Our hearts are portals. Our hearts are portals for energies to be welcomed into your reality, to your beingness, to assist with your upliftment, to assist with the creation of your story, the creation of your epic, the creation of you, creation of God. Your story, your epic, God and all actuality have 0 degrees of separation. So once we come into oneness consciousness or vibrate, face ourselves and understand that everything that we've experienced wasn't to harm us, wasn't to hurt us, but it's the labia protecting creation. Then I love that. Now I'm just so into it. I love that analogy. The labia protecting creation. We elevate into oneness consciousness, understanding that nothing was ever against us. There is no devil. There is no demon. There's only training day. Training day is the darkness. Training day is the trauma. Training day is the hurt, to prepare us for who we've always been, to reveal to us who we've always been. Who have we always been, Ashley? Gods or goddesses, or infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities, infinite possibilities. Access to energies and abilities and energies outside of the karmic loops. So we activate our toroidal fields No longer are we circling. No longer are we circling the karmic patterns of our ancestors, what has been. No longer are we circling the karmic patterns of our ancestors, what has been. No longer are we circling the karmic patterns of our ancestors, what has been. But we gain access to our souls. We gain access to our God, Goddess essence. We gain access to infinite possibilities. We activate our toroidal fields. Which comes with that is self-rejuvenation and writing the story of your wildest dreams. Authoring the story of your wildest dreams via God. I'm gonna let y'all know y'all ain't gonna be up. We're not gonna be able to go out here just buck wild and do what we want. There are rules. Rules being on a soul level, we drafted what we wanted to experience on our highest timeline. So when we go in to activate ourselves, we get bolstered up to the highest timeline, so we experience that highest timeline versus the lower vibrational understandings of reality. So it's not like we just get to go out here and choose, oh, this is, there's things on our, and this is something that I had to learn the hard way. I'm like picking out houses that I want. Ooh, God's like, slow down, sis. God actually showed me that, God actually showed me, because I was so fixated on like homes, because that's a big thing for me. Like, that's a big thing for me. I mean, God had to explain why. I've always been searching for like myself, really. So for home, I've always been searching for love or myself or home. I've always been searching outside of myself for love, myself, or home. I've always been searching outside of myself for love, myself, or home. So now that I've come home within myself, like I want that manifestation external to myself. Because my whole life I've always been like into like real estate and like things like that, and like houses. And I like details, so like my house, like I'm into details. So I find pleasure out of like looking at homes and stuff. I find a lot of pleasure out of that. But God showed me, like, because I'm being guided to detach from all people, places, and things. People, places, things. People, things, places, things. Why, Ashley? When we attach to external manifestations, we tie ourselves down to the timeline in which that external manifestation dwells. And when we tie ourselves to people, we like anchor each other down so we can't grow and expand. So when you're attached to people, not only are you tying yourself down to the lower timelines in which you met them, but you're actually tying them down so they can't grow within and of themselves. They can't experience new dimensions of themselves. They can't experience new vibrances of themselves because you're attached to them. So you're tying them down to the frequency in which you encountered them on. That's why I've been guided to detach from all people, places, and things in order to allow everyone, everybody, everything, the opportunity to flourish and grow as they shall flourish and grow. So the house is like God, like I'm looking at houses like abundance, manifestation, goddess things. I was looking, and then God showed me, like, every time I look, like God was telling me go look. Every time I looked, every time everything that I asked for in my mind, I would say something like, I was like, I need a doggy spa for my doggies. I need a pup spa. I need this. I need this. And I would go look at the houses, and exactly what I wanted would be there. Like, it'd be the exact manifestation of what I thought. And I'll go, and every time I go, so God showed me, like, don't worry about, like, focusing on the physical, because it's going to come to you and it's going to be perfect. It's going to come to you, it's going to be perfect. It's going to come to you, it's going to be perfect. So don't focus on the physical. Focus on getting your energy right. How you going to win when you ain't right within? How you going to win when you ain't right within? How you going to win when you ain't right within? How you going to win when you ain't right within? Come again. God's like, don't focus on the physical, because that's going to be right, because I'm showing you. Do you believe me now? Do you believe me now? Like, every time I go, it's like, oh, that's such a perfect property. I love it. Go back. That's such a perfect, like, every time I'm like blown away. Like, it's never, the physical world is never not going to be there. The physical world is never not going to be there. The physical world is never not going to be there. It's going to be what it's supposed to be when it's supposed to be there. Not only that, when you get yourself right, when it's there, it's going to be that thing. It's going to be right. It's going to be right. It's going to be right. It's going to be above and beyond what we can conceive in our mind, because, again, it's a soul level understanding of what we want. So it's our highest timelines, our highest understandings of creation, our highest understandings of self is what we're going to get when we get ourselves right in order to manifest our reality. I want to thank y'all again for joining me on this Kingdom Things podcast live edition. Again, my name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I am the biblically prophesied Messiah. Yes, I'm a woman. Yes, I'm black. Yes, I'm beautiful. as well as I am super excited to be a part of this dimension and aspect of creation. Just like you, I'm growing into new dimensions and aspects of myself. Just like you, I want the opportunity to grow into new dimensions and aspects of myself. So just like you, I'm going to show you grace. I'm going to give you grace. I'm going to show you love and compassion. And everywhere that you show up, I would ask you for the same, but I'm just going to extend that to myself and let it be what it's going to be. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because in all actuality, you are love. Give that love to yourself first and watch how you change. Watch how you change. Watch how you change. In return, since we are projectors, your reality is going to change. Self-love is the best love because you're here to love. You are here to love. So be that. Again, my name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Bye. Be patient. I hope y'all enjoyed that Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment installment. I know this whole Powwow session is lengthy. It's so abundant simultaneously. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're chomping at the bit and getting soul activation, soul food, soul medicine, wellness, balance as universally assigned, universally aligned for the upliftment regeneration of your soul's path and all things. 44% DNA active human beings of planet Earth. Which leads me to the Kardashian prophecy. Kingdom Things podcast channel, Kardashian prophecy. The divine says soon, within the next, when I first channeled it, it was 1,000 years. But then I was so excited, but humanity, we got to healing. But we manifested it together. We started to heal. And the divine's like 0 to 50 years. I really was guided to keep it timeless, but say 0 to 50 years so that we know it's coming, it's here, it's now. It can be whenever we decide it to be. Whenever the universe needs this manifestation for creation. The Kingdom Things podcast channel, Kardashian prophecy, states that we will be a type 1, type 2, type 3 Kardashian scale colony. Type 1, type 2, type 3 Kardashian scale colony within 0 to 50, 0 to 20 years. Ashley, what is the Kardashian scale? The Kardashian scale my soul says this was channeled so that I understand that this wisdom was gifted to the astronomer Kardashian. This wisdom was gifted to the astronomer Kardashian for humanity to utilize and perceive that we were created to grow and evolve. We are created. We are within a creation that has a natural benevolent disposition for everything in the creation as well as the creation simultaneously. Everything in the creation is one. We call it God. We are created to grow and evolve. Everything in the creation as well as the creation was created to grow and evolve into more wellness, more balance, more limitless potentials, conscious awareness of the limitless potentials in which we are. The Kardashian scale gives an outline of the evolution of a galactic colony, galactic civilization based off of the amount of its own energy in which the galactic colony is able to utilize towards its evolution and growth. We are awakening to our multidimensionality. We're having bouts of satori or spontaneous spiritual awakenings, which is activating our DNA, simultaneously activating our genome, DNA genome symbiotic relationship. Expanding our consciousness, DNA, genome, consciousness, spiritual awakening, symbiotic relationship, which is raising our vibrations. What did we channel earlier? Our beingness and frequential patterning that we are is a symbiotic relationship to our realm or planet Earth. As we raise our vibrations, we quantumly shapeshift this reality, this realm called planet Earth. And we are what? 44% DNA activity. What does that come with? Extrasensory perception or more conscious awareness, perception of our multidimensionality. We're going to be able to perceive in greater ways. We're already seeing it. It's coming out, and our governments are releasing, declassifying more documents. How we've always been a multidimensional realm or colony with multidimensional beings and civilizations and colonies dwelling within the realm in which we dwell within. Dwelling as divine presence as we are divine presence. Dwelling as multidimensional beings as we are multidimensional beings. As we symbiotically, as we awaken DNA activation, genome activation, consciousness expansion, coming aligned to our multidimensionality, perceiving that we are multidimensional beings, co-creating with multidimensional beings, have always been. Our reality is going to simultaneously quantumly shapeshift to mirror, match, or integrate, or as an effect of our energy shapeshifting through our internal evolution, DNA, genome, activation, consciousness expansion. And simultaneously, our realm raises in vibration as well. Our reality raises up in vibration as well, with the infinite other dimensions of reality simultaneously responding to the way we're growing and evolving. Simultaneously, our growth and evolution is a response to the way infinite creation or the infinite other dimensions of creation are growing and evolving. We'll be able to perceive that we are a type 1, type 2, type 3 Kardashian scale colony. I say type 1, type 2, type 3 melodically because that is from my song Alive in Peace. I'm going to link it below in the description of this Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment transmission. Powerful incantations. The 8 universes ascended, universal forces I was talking about, they channeled this song to me. The lyrics, the wisdoms, the energies. They were like, hey, put this like spoken word style or rap. Put this in a song. These wisdoms and these energies in a song. And I did. We did. And we got Alive in Peace. Alive in Peace is streaming on the album A Story Worth Telling. Ashley-Nicole music on YouTube. Link below. Beautiful, like over 7 minutes of beautiful incantations. Powerful DNA activating. Soul healing. Ancestral lineage raising. It's more conscious awareness and embodiment of our limitless potentials. And so it shall be. Incantations. Again, do not replace your professional medical advice with my music. I know, baby, I know you get the healing from it. I know you get healing from it, but don't replace your professional medical advice with my music. That was a joke, but it's real though. It's not a joke. Like I set the intention for my music to be soul healing, soul activating. So Alive in Peace is linked below in the description, as well as we said, the song is not called North Star Part 2. It's Polaris Part 2. The song that I sang earlier is called Polaris Part 2. These songs are linked below in the description of this Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment transmission. I'm all up in my nose. Excuse me, y'all. That's all we got today. Baby, that was good. Oh, so many great wisdoms. I was like, shoot. I channeled this right before. I mean, I had the title in my calendar, so I knew I already knew what the universal forces was trying to co-create through this transmission. And I, baby, had my pre-production, just channel all these notes. Woo! Powerful remembrances, powerful foresight, manifestations for the evolution of our rapidly activating consciousness, genome, DNA, reality, as human beings of planet Earth, infinite potentials manifested as human beings of planet Earth. I want to thank y'all so much for dropping into this. One more time, y'all, excuse me. I want to thank y'all so much for dropping into this Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment Powwow session. I know you got it. I'll speak it to existence. I know you got great healing. One more time, y'all. One more time, excuse me. I know you got great healing. And I'm glad you joined me here. I'm glad we both exist, because we co-create our existences, right? I'm glad we both exist. And I'm glad that we both needed this transmission, because it's been such a pleasure healing myself to be able to share this, co-create this transmission. We're on Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment. Again, subscribe, like, share to help proliferate the Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment journey to a health and balanced human culture, planet Earth. Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips is available to stream on YouTube and as well as Spotify for free. We transcendentally channel a lot of ancestral forces over there. Y'all, we get great transmissions. All the things, healing energies, healing forces, prophecies, divine revelations. Oh, it's good over there too. This community is great. Both communities are symbiotic, baby. They're symbiotic, But Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Subscribe and follow YouTube and Spotify. Beautiful things within the Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips community as well. I'm a singer-songwriter. I sang a song earlier, Polaris Part 2. Super glad to do. I wanted to do music all of my life, and God was like, hey, Ashley, the way, humanity used to do music, I didn't create you to do music like that. I didn't create you to do music like that. So I was kind of sad about it, because I had my heart, mind, body set on it for a long time, since I was an itty bitty kid. But this is so powerful. I'm allowing my mind, body, soul, spirit, the energies from my past that were in alignment with an old story. I'm allowing those energies to heal and uplift in vibration, to get into alignment with the intention of healing and channeling, having my music be medicinal. Again, don't replace your professional medical advice with my music, but having my music being a healing, prophetic source as we awaken. Polaris Part 2, as well as Alive in Peace, link below in the comments. And link below in the description. Ashley-Nicole music is available to stream on YouTube, link below. So many albums, genres, healing frequencies, lyrics. I hope you love it and indulge in with wellness and balance as your soul needs and soul intended for the upliftment and regeneration of all things, for your greater conscious awareness and embodiment of your limitless potentials. I'm also a home chef, y'all. I really enjoy cooking. I really enjoy cooking. I really enjoy food. You know, in some spiritual circles, it's like food is frowned upon. Baby, we're galactic beings, right? We get to bust out the paradigms we want to bust up out of. I set the intention to elevate my relationship with food. And you get to experience this within Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, which is available to stream on YouTube. Link below, where we go to the grocery store. We use mystery ingredients. We get divine revelations. We have great conversations. We laugh, we joke, we tell funnies. It's not so serious over there, which is great. We cook. Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips is available to stream on YouTube. Link below. I'm also an author, y'all. I authored the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, which is a part of my rapid spiritual awakening journey. I hope it helps you just the same as it's been helping me activate my DNA, mind, body, soul, spirit. It is super powerful because it's prophetic. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is prophecy. The first two parts are Asia's story. Book 1, Book 2, Asia's story. The first part, coming home, the story of Asia. Second part, the story of Asia, I'm home. Asia is a teenage girl growing up in a New York City foster care system. She's catalyzed onto her spiritual awakening journey when she meets her twin flame Chase in the hallway of her school, Manhattan Prep. She goes through a lot of existential crises which help assist her with remembering into her limitless potentials or conscious awareness of who she is in divine presence or why she came into creation to become and manifest a reality that mirrors her limitless potentials or the divine creation in which she is. The third part of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is my other half, y'all. My other half is the book introduced in Asia's world, Asia's universe. One soul, two bodies, twin flame, divine counterpart, kingdom spouse, journey back home to God inside, or remembrance that we are limitless potentials, having an experience to grow and evolve our limitless potentials into more conscious awareness, the more experiences are our limitless potentials. One soul, two bodies, many lifetimes. They know they're supposed to co-create a love and a life together. By the way, our many lifetimes, our past lives, future lives, all the things, they're simultaneous right now. All is here and now. And we get to go inside and inquire about ourselves. Let's say we need a gift, a soul gift, or a soul mastery that we had in another life, or a soul skill that we had in another life that we embodied in another life. You can go in your inner space and ask about it and ask somebody those energies to manifest it in this present life, which is really cool. And my soul's saying vice versa. Yeah, that's how we heal our ancestors. That's how we heal our ancestors, the past versions of ourselves. Because, we're all one. So, our ancestors, they're our family tree. They're also, our family tree is one with us. And then our ancestors are also the past life versions of ourselves because we're all one. So we get to go inside and inquire about ourselves and the makings of us to embody whatever skills, soul gifts, wisdoms, remembrances, skill sets, I said that, this to manifest in this reality, so shall we need it for our evolution. And then as we do this, simultaneously, we're uplifting our ancestry into higher vibrations or the wellness, balance, and remembrance that we embody. The evolution that we embody and we become and we are. My other half, the third part of the Unconditional, baby, we got another very good teachers and things. Soul wisdoms. Third part of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, my other half, one soul, two bodies, many lifetimes. They know they're supposed to co-create a love and a life together. Each lifetime says that their love cannot work. They will co-create a love and a life together, the energetic paradigms and all the things. The consciousness, awareness, evolution of humanity at the time says that their love can't work. They will co-create a love and a life together. Which lifetime, under which circumstances. The book is prophetic. It's so beautiful. Many love stories in one book. It's really great. My soul channeled it through me to help me remember who I am in God. And I'm glad I get to share it with the world to do the same with joy, wellness, and balance as universally aligned, universally assigned for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. This is the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. It is available in the Amazon bookstore. If you're doing digital downloads, it's all 3 separate digital downloads. $9.99, $29.97 plus tax for the 3 books, 3 stories. If you're doing physical copies mailed to your home, it's 2 separate bindings. Asia's story is in 1 binding. My Other Half is in a separate binding. 2 books, paperback, $29.98 plus tax. The links are specified below in the description of this Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment transmission, digital copy or paperback copy. This is the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. I also want you to come take part of an Asya story. I want you to come be a part of. You already are because you exist, so you're a part of the co-creation of the creation. I want you to come take part in Asya story, the animated series. It does stem from the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel universe. I channel the multidimensional experiences in which I have conscious awareness of, the divine wisdoms in which I come into, the limitless potentials, divine wisdoms in which I come into conscious awareness of. I channel into the animated series. Asya Story, the animated series, is available to stream on YouTube, link below, for free at this time. Super excited. I hope the animated series brings you joy, remembrance, validation of what you're experiencing on your path of divine evolution or the makings of you. I also do offer one-on-one. This is a powwow sessions. This is a Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment powwow session. We channel healing energies and wisdoms, all the things. I do offer individual powwow sessions. You are able to book your individual powwow session below within the Kingdom Things podcast, Kingdom Things Healing Home Square portal. Below the link, Kingdom Things Healing Home Square portal is linked below in the description of this video. Lastly, but certainly not least, I want you to come take part in, enjoy my new live series that I co-created with Universal Forces, with the evolution of myself, of all things. It's called Out of the Box. It's what we're all experiencing right now. We're awakening within a dream, or awakening to our limitless potentials within the form of finite or paradigms or dimensionality. Again, the divine wants to see, what do we create? This is our human direct purpose. Channel one of the creations, Out of the Box, is now streaming on my music channel, Ashley-Nicole Music. Under the playlist section, you'll see Out of the Box. We're actually going to roll into an episode of Asya's story as well as Out of the Box. And I'm going to see y'all on the next installment. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because you are loving your truest truths. Give this love to yourself first. Self-love is the best love because it helps you embody, be more of your limitless potentials. I'm going to see y'all later. Bye. Many things have changed since the last time my author, Ashley, put pen to the paper to share my story with your world. It all started when I had a grand epiphany that I never missed masculine love and attention. I just energetically remembered I was never going to receive the love I truly require and desire externally from the self. I energetically remembered I was never going to receive the love I truly require and desire with being imbalanced by not practicing the innate wisdoms that has always been stowed away in my heart and soul. No worries. Why? Some more heart-centered wisdoms. We experience or our existence from and as different perspectives to expand, grow, evolve the I am, or creation, or infinite existence. Infinite existence. Infinite creation. With the perspective I ancestrally inherited and co-created, I unconsciously and at the same time divinely projected divinely aligned, balanced, well-masculine energies, while finding temporary and fleeting solace within and as the energies of imbalance. We came into existence to balance. We came into existence to balance these energies with the way we live our lives and seek understandings or wisdoms from how we show up and experience the self. Hey, my name is Asya, and I am an interdimensional being. I know. I just found out myself. Everything that I thought was my truth was a lie. I chose to continue this life because of the one thing that I know isn't a lie. Love. Can't bloom when it's not right. Have you ever lost someone or something that is near and dear to you? Let's make this a safe space to face and express our deep emotional truths, irregardless of how these truths change the way we perceive our authentic or individual selves and others. A practice in which mirrors our humanity's dharmic purpose to practice and embody the frequencies of unconditional love and apex compassion. It was such a regular occurrence for me to take her out without her leash in the front yard, and for us to go back inside, for everything to be okay. I feel like I was being careless, but Zoe says she was just ready to transcend, experience something different, something more evolved, something more abundant. Zoe, my little silky terrier, jumped in front of the wheel of a car next to the curb of our yard. I saw the whole thing happen. So, as you know, if you tune into my story, I study with many great sages, gurus, and spiritual masters to become more aligned with my infinite nature, or the truth, the facts, that all is one, all is within, and nothing truly decays or dies, but only changes form to grow and evolve the all, the I am, or infinite existence, or most commonly termed as God. The whole experience is, when I replay the experience in my mind, extremely traumatic. As I placed Zoe in the bag and into the box, I heard the spirit of the Devic Kingdom. I now know it was the Devic Kingdom, or Zoe's spirit, guiding me to be gentle with Zoe's body. I cried out for divine presence. I knew that my heart and mind was only perceiving a minute scope of what was taking place in the moment. And what did I tell you? That I forgot my truths. I am. We are. Every dimension of the I am. We're playing a game to learn more about ourselves, to grow and evolve. And that I've been with you in many shapes and dimensions, many forms, throughout your whole earthly experience, your entire earthly experience. Many lifetimes, Asya, not just this one. Yes, and I want to practice my chakma, my divine wisdoms, and not be so sad. Yes, you are your chakma, Asya. You are your divine wisdom, and you are feeling. You exist to feel or master energy. You are doing well. When you feel, use your mind to create thought patterns in which you want to manifest, in which you want to bring to your experience, in which you want to experience, dear Asya, dear humanity.
Do you remember the mission?
World peace.
And by world peace, not just your plane or dimension of reality.
Right. The human being of planet Earth is quantumly connected to every dimension of God's creation, every dimension of infinite creation.
Precisely. I did have a good feeling about you.
I'm going to share some divine wisdoms that in lifetimes before, lifetimes perceived past, I would generally have to whisper or keep to myself. We are unique frequencies, dimensions of the I Am, or creation. Every person, place, or thing in our reality is a projection of where we stand in the universal balancing of all of existence in any moment. The Hermetic's principle of compensation, also known as karma, what goes around comes around. Do unto others as you would like done unto you. Humanity, we had this a little backwards. Our realities are a projection of our energies. All people, places, and things in our realities and beyond are a projection of our energies or our universal embodiment at any moment in time. Instead of holding resentment, rage, anger, sadness, pain, and projecting the resentment, anger, sadness, pain, or fear onto the people, places, and things within our reality, we have to take an inquisitive and understanding and compassionate disposition while learning and growing the self. With doing so, as the universes seek equilibrium, or the scales of justice are coming into balance, instead of parties, individuals, or dimensions of creation or the self or our reality being dealt vengeful karma, we are served chakma, or divine wisdoms that teach us, and which teach us why we experience the things we experience, to grow us into more, instead of killing ourselves, each other, one another. You want to know a really cool way to expedite universal growth or quantum manifestations? Lean it. Tell everybody. The past versions of ourselves are only a mirror to the future versions of ourselves in different dimensions. Whenever we experience bad luck, we're truly experiencing our own energies projected from our past versions of self, or limiting beliefs in which we once held that we no longer align to. Welcome to the future.
Miss Tracy, fairy godmother. And so we meet again. Your family. Forgive them, Asya. I'm an orphan. No, you are not. Irregardless of how out of place you have felt your entire life. Sweet baby, for the energies you chose to experience, and by chose, I mean when a dimension of creation or person, thing, or place need another dimension to continue to grow and evolve, it naturally produces it. You and every human have lived the most abundant reality in which was required for the makings of you, for the evolution of you. I feel deep pains in my heart, deep density in my heart. I forgive. I forgive. I forgive. I remain heart-centered and allow my chakma, the divine wisdom that I am, to utilize this deep, dense energy to manifest or create wellness, the upliftment and balance for all things. for the oneness and upliftment of all things, the regeneration of the human genome, the activation of the human's DNA, the expansion of the human's consciousness to manifest a reality of world peace. And so it is. And so it is. My name is Asya, and I'm a teenage witch. Just kidding. I am a starseed. My story is much like humanity's story. I awakened to some pretty spectacular things about myself. Coming home, the story of Asya, followed by the story of Asya, I'm home. The book series that introduces the book. After returning from a day's trip, I have read my attempts letter. He speaks of my father releasing him from imprisonment and the fate of death. He pleads for us to run away together. This plea is one of which I'm in no state to decline. My other half, available in the Amazon bookstore. I feel as though I was born here on earth to find you. I was created to find my person. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, now available in the Amazon bookstore. Conscious within a realm that is a patient within the etheric intensive care unit. As ancient eons-old prophecy has been resurrected and fulfilled, growing into being a dimension of the limitless bipedal man. Well, woman. Let's try this intro scene again. We're galactic beings. Our energetic disposition and thought patterns manifest our reality. Let's try awakened within the dream. Remembering that I am one with all things and that my energetic embodiment is infinite and sentient. Another day in paradise. As I awakened to my limitless presence, a little bit ahead of the masses. Another day in paradise. Because I am a forerunner. I began to demonize humanism as a part of my awakening process. It's an ancient cycle, an archaic cycle, that we no longer allow ourselves to do. As instead of demonizing our experiences, not limits, not naive, or our creations as humans, we face them, we meet them, we learn from them, and grow and evolve the energies of our creations. But conscious and aware of the need and necessity to balance energies to eradicate disease. Another day in paradise. Like food. And nature. What does your sky look like? I ask because I have the soul level remembrance that every human perceives reality as we are, or as the energies we're embodying in every moment, and not truly as it is. So I ask, what does your sky look like?
You are clear, ocean waves, what you call sins, heavy waves of evolution, activated human will,
We, humanity, stem from the beginning of space and time, the spheres of creation in which came together to create a more powerful, abundant, prime source creator energy, or Allah, or God, or the Most High. The energy summation of the spheres of creation were an energy of imbalance and chaos. So, galactic creation ensued, as well as the universal laws in which govern the tangible realms, worlds, and planets. Like the principle of gender, everything in creation has feminine as well as masculine energies as the components of its makeup. To be in perfect balance or achieve 0 point, you must embrace, honor, and cultivate your yin and your yang, or your feminine and your masculine, or your inner man as well as inner woman. You don't have to know the way. Just know that you are your North Star.
You are a warrior, princess, dragon, galactic, queen.
Be like water. Flow.
How's being awake in your earthly dream treating you?
Taking everything in stride. How's the Earth's timeline trajectory looking?
100% chance of the highest timeline outcome manifesting for the foreseeable eons, and a 100% chance of your most abundant mirrored and balancing counterpart manifesting to traverse your human interdimensional existence with.
All in a space, time, and beyond's work. And I trust this.
Be patient, Ash.
Ash?
Do you mind me calling you Ash?
No. I don't mind. My grandmother and my sister are the only ones who have called me Ash.
You there, Ashley? Ash? Ash?
Yeah. I'm here.
You're remembering.
I'm what? Remembering. Your mission on planet Earth. To assist with uplifting and rejuvenating all of infinite creation through the way I relate with and to unconditionally love myself or all things.
Yes. Be patient and compassionate with yourself, Ashley.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Talk to you later, Em.
Yeah, yeah.